Alright, so, first of all, this whole setup is really weird. For those of you who don't know, I've been tweaking things, so you'll see my background change, and yeah, we're having an okay, we're gonna call this an okay hair day. This is the toe of the moose. The moose! Anyway, so it's Monday, which means it's time for a little Monday motivation, or something that passes for motivation, right? I don't know. So, for those of you who are new and don't know who I am, I'm Aradia Noir. I am your resident witch and creatrix over at Aradia's Hand and Danae's Divine, where I create myth, magic, and meaning for your everyday life through art, intuition, and energy work. And on Mondays, we like to talk about motivation as well as setting an intention for the week. And the whole purpose of that is the reality of motivation is it's not this constant thing. It's not something you can just go into your cabinet, open, and be like, oh, look, I've got my motivation for today. Obviously, some people have an easier time coming by motivation than others, and I want the reality of being an artist and the reality of dealing with mental health issues and how all of those things interplay with your energy and what you're able to create and how often to really be kind of put on the spotlight, because the reality is people have these very strange ideas about what people are capable of or what they would like to do or what they could do, and a lot of these limitations are grossly inaccurate and overestimated as normal when they're not. So most of the time if you're not new here, or if you're new here, yeah, whatever. Most of the time, I'm honestly not motivated, and I don't love that as a fact. It is something that irritates me, and something that it really bothers me, because it's really hard for me to do stuff when I'm not motivated to do it. But for me, it's a very chicken egg kind of situation. So, in order to be motivated, I have to already be motivated to stay motivated, and it's like that's not how that works. So basically, it's my first thing is getting started, like jump starting the car or kick starting the mower. It takes a minute. Once I'm there though, I'm good to go. Now, as far as this week, I have some ideas about maybe making that easier for myself. And what I would say, before I get into anything further, is you need to find out what motivates you. You know, what gets you going, what makes you feel like you have the energy and the will to do something, and how can you plug into that more often. Because I've got this axe to grind with people who want to be super productive all the time, or who say that you need to be, especially during times like this where we're all under a great deal of stress and things are difficult and things are new and things are not how people are necessarily used to living, and there's some drastic changes and then the repercussions thereof. The reality is, you know, you get dejected, you get depressed, you get tired, you get worn out, you get burnt out, and sometimes you just don't have it. So before we go off on this other tangent over here, it's okay to not be motivated. It's all right. It's not the end of the world. It's not convenient, but it's fine. It's workable. Because the thing with it is I'm not motivated most of the time. I still have stuff to get done. And so one of the ways that I've been toying around with kind of trying to harness that motivation a little more is doing something very simple, very easy, that I have few mental and emotional objections to, as a kind of like a gateway into getting more done. Because for me, when I get stuff done, I'm motivated to get more stuff done. So by proxy, it would make sense that if I do one small thing and I have it done or ready or taken care of, then I can use that as an easier jumping off point to get other things done. I'm toying around with it. I haven't tested it. I hate testing things. I just want them to work. It's not how that works, by the way. But it'd be great if it did. Yeah. So I got yesterday's Patreon video out today, up, as well as the other Patreon post, because this week is a project time is on Thursday, so there will be a poll, which means you get to vote and decide, hey, what do you want to see me work on Thursday after weeks of not working on anything. So that's fun. And I didn't promote either of them, which is the other part of it's not just putting it up. But I also have to then tell people about it, because it's like a common misconception. Like, you don't just like put something out on the internet and people find it. Like, you need to tell them it's there. Like, it's over there. Go look at it. Go look here, go here, go here. Do this thing. And you need to be really clear with what you want people to do. So, because I got that done, I'm trying to kind of ride the wave. I'm like, well, you got that done. You did Sunday. So it's 1 out of 7. So you can do Monday. And that'll be 2 out of 7. And I'm trying to just kind of coast through with that, that's a really good analogy, is coasting through. So, on that note, I'm trying to take it easy as far as what I'm working on. What I did when I started this year is I did my 4 things. So you've heard, if you've been on this channel for a while and you've been hanging out with me on Patreon at least through this year, you've heard me talk several times about my 4 things. And then it turned into 5 things, and then I got up to 6 things. 6 things we stalled out because it was easy to miss the 6th thing, or sometimes the 5th and the 6th thing. And the way I was adding it was, you go a whole month, a whole calendar month of doing all the things every day, and then you can add another thing the next month. And that way I proved to myself that I could do it. And I don't know, like around I think when I got to 6, I faltered a couple times, and I haven't added anything past that, because that's what I've been going through. If I can't get through the 6 things, I don't need to add a 7th. What you're not seeing is the fact that my face is itching like fucking crazy. So all these like weird pauses, and like my face is moving, or like I'm looking like I'm looking down and then I'm suddenly looking up again. Yeah, that's what that is. Yay for the pause function on my video. Fuck yeah, because you know, I didn't realize how much I touched my face until 1, I started wearing makeup, and then 2, now where it's like, don't touch your face, and I'm like, don't touch your face, don't touch it, don't touch it. You know, that's just how that works out. Anyway, so one of the big problems I have is staying on track, not getting distracted per se, although I did have that conversation with another artist friend of mine. Hi, Mags! Or Maggie. I don't know how you feel about the name Mags. If you hate it, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna go ahead and apologize right now. My bad. But it's really easy for me to want to work more, work longer, say, oh no, I just need like a couple more minutes, and then somehow it's like 2 or 3 hours later and I haven't done something else because I've been doing this. So the goal this week is, during your work times, actually work on those things. When they're over, stop, put it down, walk away. Which is going to be a lot of discipline for me, honestly, because it means being okay with however and whatever got done. And that's difficult. Because I don't like unfinished things at all. I really don't. But the reality is, I can't always get everything done. And that's just how it is. And that's also just considering what are your limitations and not trying to go beyond them constantly, because that's not a sustainable way to exist. And if you try to go beyond all the time, you are going to fall further behind slowly but surely. So it's really important not to do that. So it means that from 1 to 2 is Patreon time. That's when I work on it. I don't work on it any other time. And then these other times are for these other things. So that's going to be interesting. I think that's it. That's it. Yeah, okay. Looking at my notes. We're going to update my notes while I'm doing this, though, because, I guess, I don't have a picture for today. I'm going to skip it, honestly. So, what's got you motivated this week? I'd love to hear from you. You can drop a comment in the box below. And update. Of course, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns about motivation, about how I deal with it, how do I deal with projects, art, whatever, also feel free to drop those down there too. As always, you can find both the links to my websites, Aradia's Hand and Danae's Divine, in the bottom of the description box, as well as my active social media, which is Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And because you stayed till the end of the video, it's the announcement. What we're doing tomorrow. And I didn't look, so I have no idea. Pause. I really have to get better about doing that. I always forget. And then I'm like, wait a minute. Did you look? And I'm like, no, I didn't. Because right now, for those of you who weren't here yesterday, I decided it was a great idea to break my fucking tripod. Of course it was. Of course it was. That's exactly what I needed to do on Sunday, was break something. Damn it. As a result, I got this like weird fucking setup right now. I've got my planner and my personal planner, and then my content planner, and then a book, and then a art notebook, and then my Aradia dot pad, and actually a box of tarot cards that happens to be really big. And you're leaning against a pen case. You know what? I will, this will be the picture. This will be the picture for this fucking post. I will show you what the fuck I'm working with and how ridiculous that shit is. That's one of those things. Like, a lot of things are smoke and mirrors. People have these really weird ideas about how things work, or what we do, or how you make things, like, happen. And it's like, it's not as complicated or as magical on the other side, like on this side of the camera. It's, yeah. So, there's that. Anyway, tomorrow is an art haul. It is... Am I going to tell you what it is? I don't know. It's for mending. How about that? Well, I'll tell you that. It's for mending. I haven't used this thing yet. I bought it from one of my favorite makers. So there'll be a shout out to them tomorrow. I've wanted one of these. Finally got around to buying one. Bought it because I like handmade tools. Like, I have a thing for handmade tools. To the point where I've been known to just like throw money at this person because I'm like, you have a thing and I need that thing. Here, take my money. Give me that thing. Thank you. Actually, I was just looking at his shop yesterday and I was like, ooh, like. And I'm like, you already have one of these. And I'm like, I could use another one. Of course I could. I mean, if it's nice and it's pretty and it's useful, fuck it. Those are perfect parameters to decide to buy something. Yes, they are. So, that's it. Thanks for being here. If you're watching this on YouTube, thanks for being a subscriber. Make sure that you like this video, and of course, leave a comment. I like to read all the comments. And for all my people who are over on Patreon, thank you for being a patron. Thank you for following, for encouraging me, you know, being there, telling me, letting me know that what I'm doing matters. And if you're on YouTube, why don't you carry your ass over to Patreon and become a patron? Because then your support there means I can keep doing like weird free videos like this, and then do cooler shit, which you have access to if you're a patron, like over there. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So it's Monday. My face itches. I'm having an okay hair day. It's very, got some like ringlets going back there. There's mousse in here from yesterday. It's really weird. There's also oil in my hair, which is not a thing. I don't like I hate putting product in my hair. But it's like a thing I have to do now. Damn adulting. You know, they don't tell you about all this like other shit. Like, so I went grocery shopping on Friday. Finally, like avoiding it this entire quarantine, like fucking roughing it and just stretching things as long as possible. And The cool thing about being an adult is when you go grocery shopping, you can buy whatever the fuck you want, right? You can get fruit snacks and candy and cake and cookies and all that good stuff. You also get to pay for it. So, like, being an adult is all these trade-offs. Like, you get to do this thing, but you have to do this other thing. So it's like, is it really better? Is it? I don't know. I think that's like the fine print that they don't mention. Like, you are now an adult. You now have to be responsible for all these other things that you quite easily did not realize as a younger person that this was a thing, or like how much of a commitment this was. Congratulations. Your consolation prize is choice. Followed by responsibility. I know, it's awful. But I will see you tomorrow. Just a heads up, I'm probably going to try and get some things recorded earlier. Monday, Wednesday, Fridays are not. They're going to be recorded the day of. Friday might get recorded Thursday nights, because whatever. Or Fridays just might have to be late. I'm going to try and get all of the potluck posts pre-recorded, the stash cast, and the art hauls, because those aren't time sensitive. They just need to be done. So if I look like I'm wearing the same thing, it's probably because I am, and it was video day, and I recorded a bunch of videos. So you're not imagining things. And I like to just remind people that this is a thing. My hair probably is going to change drastically between some videos back and forth. It's going to look very different because I'm actually going through this whole take care of my hair like a regular fucking person. Is it I don't know. Basically going with the curly girl method, which is avoid these things, use these things, and then tweak. You know, that's like realistically how it gets used. So that's fun. That's super fun. I actually skipped wash day. Wash day was yesterday, but I put product in my hair, and I was like, don't take the time to put product in your hair and then literally wash it out. That's ridiculous. So that's the thing. I think my tangent's like over now. So I will see you tomorrow. Hopefully, I don't know. I'll just see you tomorrow. It's not hopefully. We'll just get it done. Right? Get it done! I still have like 15 minutes to do stuff. I probably will draft tomorrow's notes today. I was supposed to actually do that shit yesterday. Didn't happen. I did read an entire book though. Not that that does y'all any good, but it definitely did me some good. I was in Wyoming, apparently. I've never been to Wyoming, but I have in my fictional story. Hooray! So, yeah, that's like a whole nother fucking thing. Maybe we'll talk about it in one of my favorite thing posts, because I kind of have gone off the deep end with the reading, and honestly, I'm not upset about it. I've got nothing better to do with my time. Like, work and read, and work and read, and read and work. Why not? It's not like I have a fucking social life. Whatever. Even before this, like, really, honestly, I'm a hermit crab, and I don't think people understand how much of a fucking hermit crab I am. My favorite question when I meet someone new is, hey, what do you do for fun? I'm like, read? Actually, I think I had somebody, is that it? And I'm like, I have lots of other things I do, but they don't involve other people. It's just me. Yeah, all of my fun activities actually basically are ways to avoid people or be busy. That's okay. That's fine. I'm all right with it. Although it does make me poorly socialized and a little too exuberant to talk to people when I do find myself in the same place with other humans. Also makes me slightly socially awkward and slightly socially inept and slightly socially inappropriate. It's super fun, but you know, that's also just neurodivergence for you. Does not compute. Fuck it. Who wants to fit in? It's boring. All right. Toodaloos. Bye, sweetlings. I'll see you tomorrow.